What is Perplexity AI? A beginner's introduction. Welcome everyone. Today we're starting our journey into a tool that's quietly changing how people search for information. Perplexity AI. Whether you're writing a research paper, reviewing for a test, or just curious about a topic, Perplexity offers a faster, smarter way to find answers. How to access it? Perplexity is online at, you can write in here as Perplexity, and you can click on that. Perplexity.ai, click on that. There's a free version that's more than enough for what we'll be doing. You don't even need to create an account right away. Though, signing in lets you save your threads and follow-up questions. So you can just sign up with Gmail that you are already logged into and continue with free. Although the pro version is $20 per month, but we're choosing the free version, so you can just continue with free and continue. And your threads will be saved in this place. How to ask clear, effective questions. Why clear questions matter? Let's start with a simple question. You can write in here as, tell me about war. And you can just press enter. If you type that into Perplexity, it won't know what you actually want. Do you mean a historical event? The causes of war in general? The impact of war on civilians? The tool can guess, but it won't always guess right. Here you have all the wars in here, and causes as well, and the impact of the war as well. But now try this instead. You can start a new chat in here, and you can type here as, what were the main causes of World War I, and press enter. Now you will get very specific answers. It only gives you the causes and with a little conclusion as well. Or you can type in here as, how does war affect children in modern conflict zone, and press enter. See the difference? The second examples are focused, detailed, and answerable. They give Perplexity a clear path to follow. When your question is clear, Perplexity doesn't have to guess, and you don't have to waste time rewriting the prompt. If you get a decent answer but want more, ask a follow-up questions. For example, initial prompt could be, what causes inflation? And press enter. And it will give you the causes: cost push inflation, inflation expectations, and all of these. Follow-up prompt could be, how did inflation impact the US economy in the 1970s? And press enter. So you will get the impact in 1970s, which are these points, 4 main points, and a little summary as well. Next follow-up could be, what policies were used to control it? And press enter. Now you get the policies as well, which are the 4 again, and a little summary as well. This kind of threaded questioning turns a basic answer into a mini research session. Follow-ups, threads, and multi-step research. Multi-step research. Think like a researcher. Now let's talk strategy. Imagine your topic is renewable energy in Africa. Instead of asking one big, messy question, break it into steps. Step 1. Start broad. Here you can write a prompt in here as, what are the main sources of renewable energy in Africa and press enter. So you will get the answer, but you can follow up with step 2 as what renewable energy projects happening in East Africa and press enter. Now you will just get the answer as major renewable energy projects in East Africa 2025. Step 3. Add an economic lens. Now you can write a prompt in here as how does renewable energy impact rural development in Kenya and press enter. Here you will get all the answers and it will give you the images and sources and the tasks as well. Step 4. Look at challenges. What are the main barriers? To expanding solar energy in Africa and press enter. The main barriers to expanding solar energy in Africa includes these all points, which gives you 5 main points. Each of these questions builds on the last, and each one helps you get closer to full understanding. This is what we mean by multi-step research. It's methodical, it's focused, and it makes your work easier when it's time to write or present. Using spaces and suggested questions. How to use it? You can just hover over to spaces, click on create a space, you can click on that, and you can just name it as, for example, thesis research, and a description could be like thesis on climate change, and you can just give a custom instructions as you have already written in here. You can type that as well, for example copy that and paste it in here. So you can just have always respond in a formal tone and prioritize data-driven insights, and you can just continue that. And here you have this is research, the name, and this is the title or description, and it will reply accordingly that we have set. You are now building a mini knowledge repository. What are suggested questions? Every time you ask Perplexity a question, you will notice it offers suggested questions below your answer. These are not random, they are context aware, meaning they anticipate your next logical questions. This helps you think critically, avoid surface level understanding, explore multiple dimensions of a topic. For example, if you ask by giving it a prompt in here, how does nuclear fusion work, and press enter, you might get the answer as well. Here a detailed one, and these are the related questions. Here you can see how do nuclei overcome electrostatic repulsion to fuse in stars and labs? What role does plasma play in nuclear fusion process? Why is achieving controlled fusion so challenging despite understanding its process? How does the energy release from fusion compare to chemical reactions? What are the key conditions like temperature and pressure needed for fusion? So these are the related questions. Each suggested question helps deepen your understanding. Why this matters? Many students stop at the first answer. Using suggested questions trains your mind to explore cause-effect, comparisons, implications, and application skills expected in higher education and the workplace. Viewing sources and checking credibility. Where to find sources in Perplexity? Let's begin with something simple but important. Where to actually find the sources? When you ask a question in Perplexity, the answer typically appears in paragraph form. But just below or beside it, you will see a small clickable numbers or footnotes. These are direct links to the sources used in the answers, usually from websites, articles, or research papers. Hover over one of the numbers and you will see the exact line or quote it pulled from. For example, you write in here as, what are the causes of high blood pressure? For example, it just suggests. Here you can see the number appears as 2, 5, 6 and 8. So click it and it will open the full source in a new tab. So for example, you hover over to number 2 and it shows that this comes from Mayo Clinic, so you can click on that and it will be open in a new tab and it shows that from where it took that. So this is how you can get the sources in Perplexity. This makes it easy to double check a fact, explore the full article, cite the original material in your own writing. This is one of Perplexity's biggest strengths compared to ChatGPT. It shows its work. What makes a source credible? So, now the big question. How do you know if the source is actually credible? Here is a checklist you can use every time you evaluate a source. Who published it? Trusted. Academic institutions, government websites, well-known news outlets. Questionable. Personal blogs, forums, anonymous sites. When was it published? Is the information current and relevant or outdated? Is the site biased? Does the website have a political or commercial agenda? Look for balanced reporting. Are there citations or evidence? A strong article will cite other research or data, not just opinions. Is the author known or reputable? A named expert with credentials is better than an unknown or anonymous writer. Let's walk through a real example. So you ask, what are the health effects of energy drinks? And you can just click enter. Perplexity cites 8 sites. Here you can see, you can click on sources as well to see all the sources below in here. And as it cites International Journal of Health Sciences, UC Davis Health, Nutrients, Cleveland Clinic, Healthline Media, Media Medical, or Nutrition Source, Harvard, and the last one is Medical News Today. So, which do you trust more? More likely, the International Journal of Health Science, and you can just click on that because it is medically reviewed, reliable, and based on evidence. So here you can just explore all these data, as this is an international journal, so it is considered to be more authentic than any other sources. Academic research, brainstorming, and everyday use. Use Perplexity for academic research. Let's start with the most obvious use, schoolwork. When you are doing academic research, Perplexity can help you understand a topic quickly by giving you a high-level summary. Explore different perspectives through suggested follow-up questions. Find useful sources to guide deeper research. Example: you are writing a paper on the impact of fast fashion. You ask by giving it a prompt in here as, what is fast fashion and why is it controversial? And press enter. Perplexity provides a summary with sources from environmental organizations, academic journals, and industry sites. You follow up with, what are the ethical issues in fast fashion production? And press enter. Suddenly, you're not just scratching the surface, you're building a full argument. Always fact check and reword when using AI generated ideas in your academic work. Use Perplexity as a starting point, not a final draft. Brainstorming ideas and outlining projects. Perplexity is also great when you don't have a topic yet, or when your brain feels stuck. Let's say you need to come up with a topic for presentation in class. You ask by giving it a prompt in here as what are current issues in education policy and click enter. Perplexity might return ideas like teacher-related challenges, curriculum and learning, funding and sources allocation, equity and access, and all of these you can explore. Now you are not starting from a blank page. You are working with options. You can take it further as outline points for a 5-minute presentation on. Here you can choose any of these. For example, equity and access. You choose, you copy that and paste in here. And you can just click on this or press enter. Perplexity gives you a structure, causes, effects, data points, and possible solutions. So you can explore. This is how it shifts from being a search tool to a thinking partner.